Chennai is very unique in that it has both sides of the spectrum, very successful, rich communities to the slums and the poor villages that we visited.
Going into the city and being able to see the poverty and the underdevelopment was something that really caught my attention.
I appreciate Chennai very differently because I do have family there and I use it as a time to really rebond with them, but Professor Madhu and Professor Clark provided us with this opportunity to really see Chennai in a different light.
Here we are in Chennai in a rural village. Students are getting to meet with local villagers and entrepreneurs, understand the day-to-day life here in Chennai.
Yesterday night we celebrated New Year's with the elite of India at Madras Boat Club. And now we're at the opposite end of the spectrum in this village, and it's just been an eye-opener for me.
We interact with people one-on-one and in groups, and we just talk to people from all backgrounds, homemakers,
fishermen,
urban women,
a self-help group,
pharmacists, the whole gamut.
So the sales representatives are local people who are in charge of this geographical area.
Having the interviews really reiterated how diverse Chennai is.
I think the Indian people are extremely motivated, and I think that motivation is based upon a sense of responsibility for their family.
The highlight of the trip for me was when we visited a semi-rural village and we talked to one lady in particular. We saw her house, which was more or less a shack by our standards. We saw where her kids go to school. We saw where she gets her water from every day. We saw where she buys her food. We saw every aspect of her life. And then at the end of the day, we went to the community center where all the women in the self-help group of that village had started this business where they were making papier-mâché dolls and selling them. And so I got one of those dolls, and I have that now at home, and it reminds me that I know the lady that made that. I know everything about where she gets everything. I met her kids, and the level of sophistication and structure in that society and community, regardless of how much money is actually in that community, is just as sophisticated and interesting as any community here in the States.
Just the homes we visited really showed me and reinforced how I can try and find ways to give back to communities like that, to make an impact in a city that really means a lot to me.